Well, no, you definitely just dropped that in there because you're...
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have. Who wants to go home? Oh, look. Ooh, doggy.
You're so condescending and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
Today, we're delving into the most jaw-dropping and cringeworthy moments from Undercover Boss. From CEOs tackling unexpected challenges to facing employees who almost blow their cover, get ready for a wild ride behind the scenes. Number 20. Bikini CEO Doug Guller is gearing up for an undercover gig in Season 6, Episode 3. The 20th moment takes us to a chaotic scene as bartenders at this fast-growing sports bar and grill chain fumble with their customers.
This young entrepreneur meets the people who keep his company on the rise.
Wings up!
And get this, they're known for their waitresses rocking some pretty revealing outfits. The CEO's whole deal is about hiring hot women who bring in customers because, you know, the bikinis basically do the talking. Now, on his first visit, here's the scoop.
Well, let me pour this beer real quick, then go ahead and jump behind the bar.
When I see that Jessica's not in a bikini top, I was pissed.
You are supposed to be wearing a bikini. I just chose not to since we're on TV.
Awesome.
I'd like to wear a t-shirt instead.
Totally get it. Everyone should rock whatever they're comfy in. But, you know, with this place, Bikini Sports Bar and Grill, it's all in the name. The whole deal is bikinis. And yeah, customers are straight up asking her about it, given that's the vibe they signed up for.
Because I chose to wear a t-shirt.
You might take it off later.
Wow, we know that must have pissed off the CEO all the more. Number 19. Now let's meet Rick Foreman, the owner of Foreman Mills, a supermarket known for its budget-friendly prices. In Season 6, Episode 8, he decides to switch roles and dive into different spots like the distribution center and the warehouse. Now, here's the shocker. The owner himself ends up fumbling for the job. Yep, you heard it right, the boss messing up as an employee. Talk about unexpected.
As long as it's tight, all the way down, all the way down.
This is really
That's good, that's good. Bread wrapping was terrible.
And it doesn't stop there. On to the next gig, and guess what? He messes that up too. It's like a trend or something.
I'm gonna mess something up. Whoa, whoa.
Lift it up, lift it up.
So I gotta go slower than that then.
Yes, I'm nervous.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I go too fast.
Totally get it. That whole thing was a cringe fest, right? Hard to watch the owners struggle like that. Number 18. Next in Season 3, Episode 8, we dive into Yankee Candles. So check it. Harlan Kent, the big boss at Yankee Candles, decides to play it low-key, dresses up as an out-of-work chef, and hits the flagship store in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. Blaze, an associate, impresses with his competence as he briefs Harlan on the workings. A customer and her child then enter the scene, where Harlan, in a friendly manner, assists the child with a candle. However, the focus shifts to Blaze after they leave. Here's what unfolds with Blaze.
These people were incredibly nice.
They're not all going to be like that. A lot of the times, you know, they'll come up, little kid.
Oh my God.
They're just going to do whatever they want. And they'll just go. I dropped it. I get another? Well, no, you definitely just dropped that in there because you're...
We were taken aback by what unfolded next. It didn't take him much time to show his irritation at the chaos caused by the kids. He goes on to share how he struggles with serious anger issues. However, having anger problems doesn't justify treating others irrationally. And that's not the end of it.
Whoever you're working with.
He's angry about some things. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's making him angry, but that's not great for all the rest of the team who does think that it's a great place to work.
And it doesn't stop there. He continues his rant, complaining that they dipped the candles 1,000,000 times, leaving a mess behind. Seriously, who would want someone like him on their team? Number 17. Season 7 kicks off with Buffalo Wings and Rings, a business with over 80 franchises across the US, Middle East, and Europe. Founded by Hatham David, Nader Masada, and Philip Schramm, the spotlight is on Masada in this one. Going undercover as Pete, he's on a mission to figure out if his restaurants are really hitting the road to success. Enter Wes, the kitchen manager of the Bardstown, Kentucky restaurant. Brace yourself for a sneak peek into this restaurant nightmare.
I'm gonna flour real good. 10, 11, 12. Wes leaves me alone in the kitchen. I'm going, holy.
Masada couldn't help but notice that Wes's behavior was on a downward spiral. During dinner service, Wes directs something to T, one of the employees, that's not just inappropriate, but downright rude and vulgar. Things are taking a turn for the worse.
I'm sorry, I'll keep trying.
Whatever, man. I'm working in the kitchen and I see someone I recognize. And it's Red, the franchise owner Sean's trusted manager and girlfriend.
Wow, someone get this man fired. Number 16. Next up in the 4th episode of Season 4, Diamond Resorts takes the spotlight. Mr. Kovac decides to go undercover at Cabo Azul Resort Spa in Mexico to check if all of his properties are up to snuff. Enter Stephanie, holding it down at the front desk. But hold up, things don't go as smoothly as you'd expect. Turns out they've been unintentionally breaking the law, all thanks to their blatant ignorance. Shocking, right?
And we need their credit card numbers to make the authorization.
And the laws say that you can't keep credit card numbers.
That's directly from management, and I don't...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rocky start, no doubt. And to add to the mix, the system is dragging its feet, moving slower than a turtle. But here's the kicker. Stephanie, the one at the front desk, is under the impression that it's Monarch Grande she's repping. Talk about a mix-up.
First of all, there's a card that gives you 10% off discounts. And there's all these items that went off discount too because they didn't present the card ahead of time.
I mean, what's the deal with promising a 10% discount and not following through? It totally wrecks the hotel's street cred. Eventually, he spills the beans, lets them know who he really is, and lays it straight with the management. Talk about a reality check. Number 15. Wild Wing, the sauciest place around, takes the spotlight in Season 3, Episode 1 of Undercover Boss. Rick Nicholas, the CEO, decides to go undercover in his own restaurant chain, and you won't believe the harassment he witnesses. Spoiler alert, he ends up blowing up on the manager. It's one wild ride.
Our special on Mondays, buy the owner, it's £2 and get £1 free. So that's not through the franchise, it's actually through our owner.
No doubt about it, the owner is laying down his own rules in the house. And don't even get started on the special offer. When Rick tries to explain it to a customer, it sounds like a total puzzle. Even Rick admits it's confusing. But hey, it's just the way the owner wants it, so there's not much anyone can do about it.
Like, that stuff makes sense to me.
Well, yeah, because that's all head office stuff.
I want to stick to
You're getting frustrated.
Good thing is the manager gets a piece of his mind eventually. Number 14. In the 2nd episode of Season 1, Kobe Brooks, the big shot CEO and president of Hooters, goes incognito as Scotty Archer and rolls into South Arlington, Texas, playing the role of an assistant general manager. His mission? Check if the general manager can coach the crew the right way. Spoiler alert, this one turns out to be a major letdown.
We're looking at the hair. Is it styled?
It looks styled to me.
Okay. She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, Bethany, have a seat.
Okay.
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Plot twist, right? So he starts chatting with the girls about nails and tossing around the idea of getting some tattoos. Then he throws in his game suggestion. But hold up, let's find out what this game is really about.
The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. You cannot use your hands, okay? So who wants to go home? Oh, look, ooh, doggy. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me?
No kidding, this guy's off the charts. Clearly, he's clueless about the whole general manager deal and seems to be running the show just for his own kicks. Total lack of understanding of the responsibilities at hand. Crazy, right? Number 13. In Undercover Boss Season 8, Episode 4, Renee Maloney, co-founder of Painting with a Twist, takes on the role of an art teacher in her own company. The twist? She can barely handle the brush herself, but ends up instructing the whole class on how to paint. Now that's a canvas of unexpected moments. Give her points forever, right? But it takes a nosedive when she attempts a joke and gets absolute crickets in response.
Okay, so she's in, there's sweat happening, and my palms are wet. And the stewardess says, well, what did you tell her? And he said, I told her the front of the airplane wasn't going to Seattle.
Right now, it's just kind of like, boo.
I'm so nervous.
Ouch. That's when it goes from trying to a full-blown awkward art class moment. She ends up doing a pretty good job with the painting, though. Number 12. In Season 8, Episode 1 of Undercover Boss, Sharon Price John, the president and CEO of Build-A-Bear Workshop, steps into the shoes of an employee named Jessie. She aims to observe how her employees and customers respond to the recent changes in the store. During her time at Northridge, working with real-life Pink Bliss named Lenny, Sharon encounters a dedicated young bear builder. She tests if the new store model is effective. However, Things take an unexpected turn as Sharon struggles with her routine tasks, almost blowing her cover.
Slow it down! She was like coming toward the hairdo, and I'm like, oh.
The situation gets messier as she moves to the cash register with another employee, Nick. Despite his enthusiasm, working with Sharon proves to be a challenge, and she faces difficulties with even the simplest tasks, testing both the nerves of the employees and the patience of the customers.
2526. You know what had happened? It looks like that rang.
Oh no! Let's fix that. What do you say?
I'm so glad you caught that.
It's okay.
But that's okay, I guess. She did build the whole company, though. Number 11. In Season 6, Episode 10, we're diving into the world of real estate mogul Armando Montalongo, the largest flipper in America. He heads to the Montalongo headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, to personally work in his call center. The mission? To ensure his brand is being accurately represented. Working alongside Amanda, Armando starts tackling the system, but here comes a snag. The computer decides to call it quits. Amanda brushes it off with a lame excuse, saying it sometimes has hiccups. Not cool, right? How is it that with a sizable staff, no one bothered to fix this issue?
This stuff's going on twice a day in my company, and it's not getting back to me. I'm incredibly upset right now, as Amanda's just gotten used to this system underperforming. Like, this is not okay.
We share the frustration. They've somehow normalized working with a faulty system, acting as unbothered as can be. That's when Armando can't take it anymore and drops the act, revealing his true identity to everyone. He lets them have it, emphasizing that when the system goes down, the logical move is to call IT and get it fixed. Number 10. Next up in Season 4, Episode 14, we've got the CEO of Retro Fitness, Eric Cassabury, going undercover. He heads to Fair Lawn, New Jersey and takes on a role at the front desk of one of the fastest growing fitness chains in the United States. But when he meets the front desk executive, Jacqueline, things take a turn for the worst. Now Eric's in the smoothie making zone. Jacqueline advises him to ditch the book's proper ratios for a healthy drink and instead prioritize making it taste delicious. Classic move, right? But Eric decides to play by the book anyway. Here's how Jacqueline reacts to his choice.
Excuse me? I don't think Barry understands that I work here every single day and I know what I'm doing. I've been here for 2 years. You're so condescending and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
Oh, I would never be.
Just wait, baby.
After Eric takes charge at Jacqueline's juice bar and essentially acts like he's the boss, she doesn't hesitate to call him out as condescending. It raises questions about his people skills, leaning more towards narcissism. Number 9. In Season 5, Episode 15, the CEO of SkyZone, going incognito as Scott, finds himself on the edge of exposure when an employee named Miles starts sniffing around. As they hash out their game plan for the day, there's an air of suspense as Miles appears blissfully unaware of Scott's true identity. Scott, trying to keep things under wraps, smoothly guides Miles through the facility, sharing company insights without setting off any alarms.
Of Scott because he did way too good of a job. The real dead giveaway was he knew a little bit better than he should how to do some of the stuff.
This revelation puts Scott's cover in jeopardy, with Miles not keeping his suspicions to himself. Despite the close shave, the undercover boss presses on to the call center, where his extensive knowledge becomes a dead giveaway, fueling suspicion among the employees. And so, Scott decides to spill the beans. Surprisingly, the first thing on Miles' mind is a past issue about Scott's assertiveness.
I'm Jeff Platt. I'm undercover in your call center right now.
You want me to jump right into a couple things that I think
just
could
lay
be
a couple
better?
things on me.
Sure. To be honest with you, you were not my favorite person.
Rather than getting defensive, Scott seizes the opportunity to discuss workplace improvements, unveiling a deeper connection with Miles through shared personal experiences, like losing a parent to cancer. That went another direction. Number 8. Next in Season 8, Episode 10, Chef Marcus Samuelson, known for his 30 restaurants across 7 countries, seeks new talent with the help of Undercover Boss. This sometimes hinders his hiring process, as people act fake or try too hard to impress him. Dressed as Vijay, the celebrity chef explores Hudson's table, aiming to evaluate operations from entry-level workers to professionals. His initial candidate, head chef Brienne, invites him to teach a pasta class. While initially learning from her, the real twist occurs when Brienne asks him to take over. Instead of effective teaching, he opts for more showing and less explaining. A questionable move. And here's more.
You put the oil like on the flour, and I was like, no, that's like you're outside of the well. Like the whole point of the well is to put the liquid in the well.
Initially, he avoids explaining the class, and later, when he takes over, he pours oil incorrectly. While it raises concerns, some cooks likely find these actions disturbing, especially considering he's the one in a teaching role. Number 7. In this epic undercover mission, the CEO of Modell's is strapping on his detective hat in Season 4, Episode 1. Ready to play the sneaky sleuth, he's about to go on a thrilling journey, exposing the hidden secrets and quirks within his own sporting empire. In a cunning move, he disguises himself as a contestant on a reality show in Connecticut. There, he encounters James, the assistant manager of the store, who, after some initial chit-chat, assigns him seemingly simple tasks. To everyone's surprise, the CEO struggles and fails at these basic challenges.
Flip, flip.
Flip, flip, tuck and fold. Nope. Jason? Oh, okay. All right, let me go. He just dropped the mannequin. Okay, bye.
However, things take an unexpected turn when he starts asking James some probing questions.
I'm just curious, do you know Mitchell at all, Modell? Have you ever met him? Out of the ordinary.
Jim just called me out.
Why would you worry about our distribution center? Do you know Mitchell?
James, feeling the pressure, gets suspicious, and it doesn't take long for him to see through the peculiar disguise, including the oddly fake mustache. Upon confrontation, Mr. Modell finds himself taken down by his own manager. The tables have turned in this undercover escapade. They then get to walking towards making things work, and guess it all works out in the end. Number 6. In Season 6, Episode 1, John Hartman, the Let's Go president and CEO of True Value Hardware, a nearly 100-year-old all-American company, takes a hands-on approach by joining his employees on the front lines. Going incognito as Lewis, he meets up with Brad, a sales associate, and initially, everything seems smooth. However, there's a turning point that changes the game.
I'm gonna take you through a normal day here at True Value.
Fantastic.
We're gonna smoke some cigarettes, we're gonna flirt with some women, we're gonna sell some...
I'm sorry, we're gonna do what?
Turns out, Brad's not putting in the effort at work, and when questioned about his primary customers, he casually mentions that it's cute women because he's looking to score their phone numbers. It becomes clear that this guy might be more interested in personal pursuits than the tasks at hand.
Well, good luck with that. Any other questions?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
That's it.
Maybe you've grabbed the number, but maybe I'm not her taste.
Seems like Brad is more interested in the ladies and cigarettes, forgetting that customers aren't exactly walking into the store in search of a boyfriend. Priorities, Brad, priorities.
My goodness, scrumptious.
When Brad made those comments, I couldn't believe what I heard.
You're looking for a power drill. You are in the right place. Let me take you over it.
That would require me to take immediate action.
Despite his questionable priorities, it turns out Brad is quite knowledgeable and skilled at his job, even going above and beyond. However, just when you think you've got it all figured out, here comes a little twist in the story.
Clear up some legal stuff. I'm a failed troublemaker. They wanted to put me away for a little bit. So, I tightened up and I switched my game over to Colorado, man.
Unexpected turn of events, right? Surprisingly, this guy with his quirks has a noble side. He genuinely wants to help people and provide value. It's a good thing our man was patient enough to dig deeper and discover more about him. Number 5. In Season 3, Episode 12, we're delving into the world of Catherine Monson, the head honcho of Fast Signs International, the largest custom sign company in the United States. Get ready for some insights into the sign business like never before. The chaos unfolds as she jumps into the deep end, completely clueless about the tools and tricks of the trade. She's seen taking on the challenge, surprising everyone as she handles the job with enthusiasm. Louise throws a curveball, asserting that women can excel in this role, a notion well received by the team. However, the sticker installation takes an unexpected turn.
We all have the idea of stickers just peel and stick, and when it comes to something as a car, you can't just paste it on.
When the bubble-free finish becomes a real challenge, despite early confidence, the first sticker encounters a hitch. As they bond over family conversations, the true challenge arises with a mammoth-sized graphic installation.
I think Louise might be suited for a job, maybe a desk job, maybe not so hands-on.
Louise realizes the physical effort and skill required for the job. The episode takes an emotional turn when Gary, the team lead, reveals personal struggles. Louise, no longer incognito, shows her compassionate side by donating $15,000 to his church, surprising him with a car, and presenting a $50,000 check to help him overcome hardships. Louise Monson proves to be a gem of a leader, turning this roller coaster episode into a heartwarming journey. Number 4. In the tantalizing episode 10 of Season 5, we step into the world of Massage Heights, a business model that's not just successful, but dare we say, a bit sexy. Shane Evans takes on the mission to uncover the secrets of this alluring venture. Her destination? Jacksonville. As Shane meets Nikita, initially there for a facial, things take a surprising turn. As they navigate the spa experience, Shane shares her expertise, including a frank expression of disdain for extraction and pimple picking. Now, that's a unique way of showing passion for your craft. And check this out.
So sorry, my ring just turned around. Did I scratch you?
Seeing Tracy working on Jessica, I was like, oh.
Nikita, her coworker, sensed the struggle and decided to switch things up. It's like, hey, let's find out what works best for you. Anyway, they did get done with the customer, and later on, Nikita shared her struggles with the pay. And that was great because the owner's here to help too. Number 3. In Season 11, Episode 2, the CEO of one of America's top tourist spots ditches his corporate comforts to go incognito. Why? Well, there's this pressing labor shortage bleeding his company millions. Enter Andrew Simon, the CEO of Fremont Street Experience. He rolls up his sleeves as a trainee custodian, linking up with Emmy, the lead. Their mission? Tackle gum removal and scraping. Our guy clearly isn't thrilled about getting down and dirty with this stuff. Emmy lends a hand, guiding him through the ropes. But here comes the real challenge, and you can practically feel the struggle setting in.
You're not scraping hard enough with your scraper.
Nasty. This has like still some moisture and chew to it.
It's a lot of work. It's 2.5 hours a day.
Now that's some serious effort on display. The poor lady spends a whopping 2.5 hours battling with gum. That's just not right. To add to the struggle, they can't even use the machine because of a power switch hiccup. Luckily, our man is here to streamline things and make them more efficient. What's noteworthy is that despite the challenges, the lady loves her job, yet she hasn't seen a raise. Talk about dedication. Now let's circle back to our guy grappling with his newfound responsibilities. Check this out.
I almost got knocked out.
There you go.
It really was disgusting. Oh, wow.
Give Ken a year, and he would be used to it.
Absolutely. It's almost painful to witness. A year might not be enough to get him fully accustomed to this challenging gig. Number 2. Next up, sounds like Nick and Omar from College Hunks Hauling Junk are swapping the executive life for a taste of the frontline hustle in Season 11, Episode 1. Are they ready for the down and dirty tasks? Let's find out. So they head to Boise, Idaho. Omar tags along as the wingman and catches up with Chris, the senior captain who's going to show him the ropes. Chris is super detailed with what he does. Now let's see our guy wrestle with it.
How do you get this thing? Oh. If you're not sweating yet, you're not moving fast enough. It's the biggest thing here, is speed.
It gets pretty hilarious, way less disturbing though. Then we get the lowdown on Chris's challenges and how tips play a big role in his earnings. Luckily, he's spilling the beans to the right person about it. Number 1. On to the last one. In Season 2, Episode 17, when the co-owner of the Chicago Cubs decides to go undercover, things quickly spiral in unexpected directions. Daryl joins the undercover boss to assist with plumbing and bathroom maintenance, showcasing his 24 years of dedication. However, Mark struggles to meet Daryl's expectations and accidentally breaks something, leading to growing frustration. The boss notices issues like cramped locker rooms that haven't been addressed, revealing a need for improvement.
I was super surprised to see that these guys were using their personal cell phones to communicate to each other within the ballpark.
Despite Mark's heartfelt confession about sacrificing family time for work, they continue working together. However, Daryl, the undercover boss, ultimately feels that Mark isn't fit for the job.
Mark is not washroom ready for Wrigley. Probably do good outside or on the fields, something less stressful.
In a surprising twist, after the boss reveals his identity, Daryl discovers a pleasant surprise. Mark arranged for Daryl's daughter to take swimming lessons with the head coach of Northwestern University's men's swimming team, showcasing the positive impact of the undercover experience. Wow, nobody saw that coming. Well, that's a wrap on our undercover escapade. Which of these moments left you stunned? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this undercover journey, don't forget to hit subscribe. Stay incognito, stay curious.